What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge. I am your host, Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. And I'll tell you what, before we get to that, let's take a look at how we did on Friday. And just not a good board there. Saskatchewan not coming through for us. Florida State, Louisville, over 56.5 does hit. Air Force. Look, we can't get on here and bash the United States Air Force, but I am needing more from a points perspective. Diamondbacks, they pushed on us. Orioles, Blue Jays, total pushed. And the Rays did not get the job done. But enough of that. Let's bring in the stars of the show. Enough of me yapping. Look at the boys. Micah Roberts, my man. Dude, again, first off, it's good to see you. Second off, it really does always look perfect in your backyard, no matter what time, day, anything. It's good to see you, buddy.
Yes, it's always sunny in my backyard. Just did some yard work yesterday. Spent about 3 hours doing some stuff. Lots of fun, peaceful, serenity. There's something majestic about doing yard work. It's like, yes.
Dude, it's good for the soul. I agree. It is. It's the best, like when you get done and you come inside and whether, you crack a cold beer or soda or water, whatever, like the accomplishment feeling is strong.
Yes.
I 100% agree with you on that. And M squared, looking sharp as always, sir. How we doing?
Doing well, AB. Can't relate too much to the yard work anymore. It's been a while since I've done that. I feel the same accomplishment when I take Chief out, though. So I guess we're kind of right there on the same page.
Yeah, you know what? Look, I think that all counts, right? And at the end of the day, I mean, everything around your building is landscaped perfectly, right? Whether you had a hand in it or not, we'll give Chief the credit there, but it always looks sharp. So you know what? There you go. All right, let's get into the storylines that affect the betting lines for today. And Micah, coming over to you, man. You were just talking like right before we went on air, and you're right. Like today's a crazy great sports day. Like there's sports everywhere. One of those, you got Bristol tonight, man. Break it down. What are you looking at?
Yeah, Bristol night race. I've been looking forward to this for a whole year. It used to be 2 races a year on the concrete, the high banks, the Coliseum, racing the way it ought to be. But they put dirt on the cathedral in the, March or whatever. I don't even think about that. The dirt race. They're bringing it back next year. I can't believe it. But what they've done is they've made my senses heightened. And I've been waiting for this race all year. I love racing at Bristol. It is probably my favorite track, I think. I guess I say that every week with some of these tracks, but I really do think Bristol is my favorite. And it's just the bump and grind. Like, man, it's so much fun. And to take the dirt and put it on, it just, wow, that boggles my mind because it's so fun. So this is a unique track. There's no other track like it, but I use a lot of Dover data. So we had a race at Dover earlier this year. Chase Elliott won that race, and that's what I kind of go off of. And that's what the crew chiefs do, the car chiefs, everybody, when they work on the cars, they set it up kind of the same way. Dover's a 1 mile high banked concrete track, and this is a half-mile concrete track, high bank. So Chase Elliott, amazing. He won at Nashville too. So he's 2 for 2 on concrete tracks this year. What do you think he's going to do here? He's never won here in a cup points paying race, but he did win $1 million here in 2020. And I think he's probably going to be the guy to beat at the end. Denny Hamlin was super fast in practice yesterday. So he's going to be a guy that's up there, and he likes racing on this track as well. My one long shot is going to be Alex Bowman. I win the most money on him if he wins the race. You can look at Eric Jones again. Maybe he's 50-1 as a long shot, but I think Elliott and Hamlin, they're going to be up there in the run, and Kyle Busch is going to be chasing them as well. Kyle Busch, 8 wins in cup races, 8 wins in Xfinity Series, 5 wins in the truck races. That dude knows how to race that track is what that says. 21 wins total between the 3 series. That is incredible. So going to be a fun time. I'm going to try to hook up and sync with the rest of the crowd there. I'm going to be walking around Chandler, Arizona, downtown, and checking the games and having a few cocktails or sodas, whatever. And I'm going to watch the race at the end. I'm going to be in spirit with everybody else there because that's what you do. You go down to Thunder Valley, you have some fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And look, let me say this. Like, this show is very pro cocktail. Like we are all in. Like, if you have a soda, great. Do whatever you want. But we are very pro cocktail. I'll have a couple of ranch waters myself watching games. And I'll tell you this. You bring up a good point because I was just talking to our guy, Trent Wade, in regards to what he likes, right? And usually he's got, a couple different plays that he likes. Talking to him this morning, the only one that he likes, no driver to win 2+ stages at -150, kind of goes along with what you were saying, like in regards to this thing could be up in the air and the changes to the track. What do you think about that play?
I have to think about that a little more. That's a little put a wrench in my thought process here.
It's different. Yeah, dude, think about it like later on, but like it goes along with what you're saying, like, throw a dirt out there, like all of it, and especially on Saturday night could be a crazy race, could be fun. And and shout out Chandler, Arizona. There you go. Big Micah walking around tonight. I like it. All right, Mike, coming over to you, man. MLB weather. Got a couple of them you're looking at. What do you see?
Yeah, I got 3 games that we got to talk about on the weather today because it's actually warmer again in a couple spots, but really a lot of wind impact. We're going Cincinnati, St. Louis, plus 20% across the board, including home run hitting. Biggest one is going to be the Wrigley Field game. Rockies on the road at the Cubs, plus 25% home run boost and overall run scoring. Mid 80s out there, double-digit wins out. You know the drill there with the Wrigley games. And then Pitt and the Mets, plus 15%, but it is a pretty meaningful boost in this situation. So those are the 3 games: Cincinnati, St. Louis, Colorado, Chicago Cubs, Pittsburgh, and the Mets.
There we go, man. I love it. And I know everybody else appreciates that too. Just such good info, man, that you just can't find anywhere else. All right, let's get into our plays for today. But before we do, let's take a quick break and hear from one of our partners. And we are back. All right, got a couple plays up here. First off, you know what? I mean, obviously, Mike, it's your spot. Lead off. You're always our leadoff guy. Yeah, one play college football. Break it down, man. What you?
One play in college football right now. We're going to Texas A&M, Miami. Huge game tonight, really for both teams, but definitely for Texas A&M. I laid the -6 this morning at Caesar Sportsbook. I like this number. I would play it again, and I'm going to add to my position if we get 5.5 before kick here. I like the spot. It's an absolute must-win game for Texas A&M. When I want to back them is when they're totally backed up against the wall. They must win the game. They have the added benefit of playing at home. It is a huge home field advantage in college football here. Miami, the way that they find most of their success, or would find most of their success, is in the passing game. Their best wide receiver is injured. He will not be able to play here in this game. The A&M defense will do its job in this game. Look for the offense to finally get things clicking a little bit here. I love this number at less than a touchdown. Do not play it at 7 if for some reason it gets to that point. But anything under that, and especially at 6 or better, you got to go with Texas A&M here.
Dude, you're not lying there. Like, it's weird to be talking about like a must-win in week 3, but Jimbo Fisher is absolute, like, back against the wall. That might not even describe fully where Texas A&M sits. And the interesting part, people are going to look at it and say, oh, well, Jimbo Fisher's changing their quarterback down there, to Max Johnson. He's actually doing it because the other quarterback was trying to do too much, right? He was like, look, I'm going to set the thing up for you. We can win these games. Just don't screw it up, right? And Max Johnson is an excellent quarterback for doing just that. So I'm with you on that play. Love it a lot. Micah, coming over to you. You got a couple plays on the board here and from a couple different sports. I like it. You've got a nice Golden Corral, grab what you want type of plays today, man. Break it down.
It's a buffet for all my friends out there. We got to give you something, some baseball, some college football, and some NFL. I mean, we can't just throw out a couple college, and I can't just do one. I mean, we're going to start out with the Diamondbacks tonight. They are winning. They're beating Joe Musgrove and the Padres. Zach Gallen, just absolutely amazing. The Diamondbacks have won 9 of his last 10 starts. His last 3 starts they've won. And he just ended a streak of 6 straight scoreless games and gave up 3 to the Rockies in his last start. But that was a big win for the Diamondbacks anyway. So that is the first one there, Zach Gallen. You just roll with them. I mean, every game they win when he pitches. So, I mean, why stop, right? Then we're going to go with the under in USC, Fresno State. And the thing about that is USC has gone over 7 straight games at home. But I don't care. I think USC, what they're going to do here, they're going to get like a 14-point lead. You might want to lay the 11.5, 12 as well. But they're going to get the lead, and then they're going to unleash that running attack in the second half. And they did that last week a little bit with Stanford and almost cost them the cover in the game. But I think they're going to just slow the game down and just drip, 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 and then there's not going to be a lot of points in there. They're gonna start off fireworks, but I think in the second half the running game's going to take over, going to create an under for us there. And then the Commanders tomorrow at Detroit. Oh, Detroit is a favorite. I mean, they weren't favored in any games last year. All of a sudden they lose a game. They played close last week, and now they're the favorites over Washington. Does not make any sense at all. I love this Washington team. I think Carson Wentz is underrated, and I think the wide receiver crew is underrated too. He threw 4 touchdown passes last week, and it was to every one of his receivers, and then 2 to Jahan Dotson, the rookie from Penn State. Just giving them the ball, I think that wide receiver crew is so underrated, and he's going to be a better quarterback because of them. And that wide receiver crew is going to shine against Detroit tomorrow. So, yeah, let's go Commanders, Washington football team, Redskins. What do we call them? I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, you know what? I like it too. And you're right. Like it's been wild seeing like all the money coming in on Detroit all week, and you're like,
yeah,
I had to say that. I had to say. Yeah, I had the same opinion you did. I was like, wait, what? We're doing what now? We're doing that? All right. And I'll tell you what, on this show, you do not have to convince me to bet on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Great play there. I love that team, man. They're fun. Like whether they're in a game or not, like I played them a lot of team totals. And like last night, they lost like 12-3. But it's 8th inning. Like, and you look at the dugout, like they're having fun, like going up trying to get runs.
Bunch of new guys. I mean, they're trying to look good for themselves and build on, but maybe it's not for the Diamondbacks. Maybe it's for somebody else watching. And that's what I like about young guys. They go out, you never know who's watching, and you need to play hard and do the job right every single day, because somebody's going to find you. Somebody's going to see that, and it might not work out for the Diamondbacks, maybe not be on that team next year, but somebody else is going to pick you up. So
yeah, it'll work out for somebody else. Yeah. I'm 100% with you on that. All right. Speaking of working out for somebody else, everybody grab your paper, grab your pencil, and let me say, prepare thyselves for what is coming of this onslaught of picks here. First up, we've got today's edition. M-Squares on Texas A&M -6. Michael Roberts, Diamondbacks money line, Fresno State, USC under 73, Commanders +1.5. Today, I'm on Florida -24 against USF, Oklahoma -11 against Nebraska. And as we've talked about, Rutgers -17.5. Excuse me. I am on auto fade Temple every week. I think that they, sorry, Temple fans, are the worst team in the country, and I'm going to continue to fade them. So Rutgers, here we go today. Next, our existing college football plays that we have going on. Emory Hunt has LSU +2, Jackson State -20.5. I have Tennessee on the first quarter spread -12.5 against Akron. Chip Patterson, he's got Miami, Texas A&M under 44.5. Maryland, SMU over 73.5, Washington -3, and the Georgia, South Carolina under of 55. Lastly, look at this one here from our college football week 3 show every Wednesday. Tom Fornelli, Old Dominion +9.5, Vanderbilt +2.5, Kansas +10.5, Jacob Fedders on Nebraska team total under 27.5, Georgia Tech team total under 23.5, Washington State first half -9.5, Kansas, Houston over 57. Chip Patterson, he was on Florida State -2 last night. That one cashed for us. Georgia, South Carolina under 54. Minnesota -27.5. Vanderbilt +2.5. Texas Tech +10. And Micah Roberts, what he had from Wednesday, LSU +2.5. Pitt -9.5. And Michigan State +3.5. Whew.
That's it.
That ranch water's coming quicker than I thought. I'll tell you that. No, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be live Sunday, normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.